We are live with Pinellas Live. Thanks everybody for being here today. Again, it's Barber here, your host. We're a daily web show, 7 minutes. And what we're here to do is celebrate living in Pinellas and what Pinellas is like. So we try to get around the community, see the great places that we get to live in, get to meet the great people that we get to be in community with, and just share 7 minutes. So we hope this 7 minutes brings value to your day, brings a little positivity to your life today that you can just carry on through the rest of the day. But anyway, so I'm here with a really good friend today. I'm here with Sandy Sembler.
Hey Rob, nice to have you. Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely.
Good to see you again.
All right, good. Well, as I said, we're a 7 minute show, and so we really try to get laser focused and try to get right into adding value to you guys that are watching here today. So, so Sandy, the first thing I'd like to do is learn a little bit about you and your story. So tell me about your story.
Sure. Wow, 7 minutes, okay. I'm Sandy Sembler. I moved to the area in 1996 and just totally fell in love. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I've been working since I was 8 years old. But for me, really, is I think one reason why you and I connected is I love relationships. So anytime I can meet a friend, I'm ready to do that. And so that's really who I am. I'm a connector. I'm a networker. I love to speak from the heart. And from a professional standpoint, I figured out a way to monetize my passion, and I feel very fortunate to be able to have done that and then share that with other people and help them do the same.
Since being an entrepreneur and being a woman as an entrepreneur, you know, the market doesn't care about race, color, sex, who we are, or anything else. It's really about how hard you work. And I know you've run several businesses, so maybe share a little bit about your past business experiences.
Sure. My parents raised me reading Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Sure.
Started at 8.
It's a good one. Read it.
Yeah, good read. That's tip number one. And I really just learned, from the get-go, is just to immerse myself with people that were where I wanted to go. And so network marketing, direct sales has been always an avenue for me.
Sure.
And in fact, with my experience from that, from 12 on, and having a business I've had since I was 18, that derives a lot of, mailbox money, I call it. I took that to the mortgage business, banking business, real estate business, and I do invest in properties. But my passion is helping people get where they want to go and finding their why. So I've taken businesses and realized that I love to cultivate someone's heart, passion, monetize it. And so what I've done is I've been working with a Tony Robbins curriculum and working as a life coach.
Tony Robbins, who's that?
Yeah, exactly. He's definitely not my guru. So if you haven't seen his Netflix video, please do so. His philosophy and based on my faith and my belief in God, I just was able to break some old patterns, and I love to share that with other people.
Very cool. So let's talk just real quick about, so the show is really focused on Pinellas and what it's like to live there. So tell me about Pinellas. Why do you live in Pinellas? What's so great about living in Pinellas from your perspective?
Yeah, good question. Well, I lived in Tampa for a long time, and then in 2003 actually moved over the bridge. And as we're here at Neiman Marcus for an event we're having today, I like the fact that I can leave here in 10 minutes, I'm back over the bridge. It's beautiful. I live in St. Pete, and I've also lived on the beaches, and I just find this it's diverse and it's a little artsy. There seems to be more of a hometown feel, where I am.
You get that a lot,
versus it just being streets and streets and streets. So there's just something to be said about this little mecca that we live in, especially downtown where I live now.
Right, absolutely, Pinellas is just, even though it's booming, it's still keeping its charm, its community.
Yes, and I find too that it really tailors towards the outliers in business, entrepreneurs, whether you believe in energy work or, just from a faith-based standpoint, I find that it tends to encompass people's passion.
Right. It's a good nurturing environment. And that's what I'm seeing. More and more people that I meet are saying the same thing, is that the community really helps nurture the business.
Yes.
The business entrepreneur, the people trying to grow their business.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so
definitely.
Good. All right, so we're about 4 minutes in, and so we really try to keep tight to that 7 minute schedule. So I think this is probably the best part, and I've been looking forward to hearing what Sandy has to say about this. So today, if you could impart something upon the people that are watching this, or maybe see this as legacy down the road 20 years from now, what would you share with people today to help bring some positivity or to help them in their life, add some value to them today?
Super. Yeah, thank you. Number one, I think I've learned that people can get addicted to their problems really easily. And sometimes people don't even realize chemically how that will release dopamine in their system. So their body will be tricked into thinking that they're actually doing something when all they're doing is ruminating their issues. We are the product of the 5 people that we hang around. And so take an inventory. I call it Google mapping your life. Look down and see where the mishaps are, but change the meaning of the mishaps, because truly life is happening for us and not to us. whenever something is happening that isn't super, I always say, what's the gift in this?
Yeah.
And I also think that breath is great. God gave us breath, and for us to be able to take a moment and connect with our heart. Because anytime we're thinking out of our mind, we generally are not connected to our heart.
Sure.
And that doesn't mean that we're misguided.
Yeah.
But generally, when you're aligned with your heart, you can go deeper and greater, and have those relationships that you want. What will benefit your children, your spouse, your business. And then, of course, you already know I'm a reader.
Yeah.
I immerse myself in reading.
Gotcha.
And I ask people what they're reading, and I take notes, and
Right.
I ask more questions probably. I ask more questions probably more than I get asked, simply because I love to get to know people as who they are. I mean, I don't meet a stranger.
You know, something you said there, which I really subscribe to, is the fact that the longest distance in the world is between the mind and the heart. And when you can be able to bring those two together and connect them, there's something that really magical that happens for an individual.
Yes.
And we should spend a lot of time trying to connect the mind and the heart together.
Yes.
So
yeah, and truly it's about gratitude. I mean, really, anytime someone's suffering, it really is because they're projecting the future, they're lamenting the past, and they're not just appreciating the moment.
Right.
So if we can really learn to trade, our expectation for appreciation, everything changes. I mean, it changes just like that.
It does change.
Yes.
Well, that's great advice. We're about 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this one. I knew this one was going to go fast because there's a lot to share. But anyway, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
hit us up in the comments below if you want to learn more from Sandy. Let me know. I'll get you guys connected. But I'd love to hear what you thought about this. Also, take the time to share this with someone that may need to hear this today. So share it with your friends. Share it around. Let's spread the positive. Love living in Pinellas.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining PinellasLive.com today. And thanks again, Sandy.
Thank you so much.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Sweet.